Hi everyone, welcome to Quest for the Worst. My name's Alex. Ah! No, I'm not Alex. I'm
What's your alter ego?
Zella. It's Alex backwards.
Oh, Zella.
Zella.
That sounds like Streetcar. Zella!
Sounds like a Kingdom Hearts villain.
yeah, or that. Yeah. And I'm Spencer, and my alter ego is
Ren
Resneps.
Rensep?
Resneps or something like that.
No, it'd be Resnep, right?
Or it starts with an S.
Neps, yeah, Resneps.
The thing I said first.
Resneps.
He thinks he knows my name backwards better than I do.
Yeah, he thinks. Well, see, here's the thing. I live my life back, so you live your life forward, Spencer, and I live my life backwards. So I think I know everything about.
Oh damn! You know how it's gonna end. I know how it begins.
Yeah, exactly. I start at the ending, and you started at the beginning.
You're like Benjamin Button.
Except, I'm Benjamin Button,
but more of like a timeline Benjamin Button.
I don't remember the end of that movie. Did he crawl back into his mom's womb? Is that like how it ends?
I never saw that movie, but I'd like to believe that he crawls back into his mother's pussy. Like that's how the movie ends.
All right, time to go. Open up. No, open up, Mom.
He's got to make like an emotional speech, but as a baby. like I've learned.
Yeah.
And I don't know why he has a British accent. But...
I so much. It's just like a tiny voice.
Life isn't growing up. It's understanding where you came from. And then
there's like an umbilical cord like growing. Yeah, like there's an umbilical cord growing from him and like attach it to his mom, and then starts pulling him in forcefully. He's like, "It's time for me to go."
His wife, who's like been fucking a child, is like, Benjamin, no!
The love of my life, Benjamin!
Anyway, we played Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
Yeah, we played Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Are you more Dr. Jekyll or are you Mr. Hyde, Spencer?
I like to think that I'm Dr. Jekyll. Who Dr. Jekyll is the actual like the human part, right?
Yeah, he's the guy. Yeah. I mean, Mr. Hyde's like the monster.
Okay.
The monster's dead. Yeah.
Scary.
Yeah, it's like the Nutty Professor.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why that's the first reference I have.
So I'm Eddie Murphy. Who are you?
I'm Eddie Murphy. There's like 12 Eddie
Murphys. No, it's too confusing now.
That's the movie. That like dinner scene where it's all Eddie Murphys.
Alex, I'm aware of the joke. That was the joke. We
watched the Nutty Professor?
No, that was the joke. Because I'm asking you, I'm Eddie Murphy. Who are you? Because they're supposed to be different people.
I'm Eddie Murphy.
Jesus Christ. We're moving on. This is Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Look at him go.
Yeah. Oh, sir, buy a paper. Never mind. Fuck you.
He throws rocks at you for some reason. It's like a slingshot.
What the fuck?
It's like a Dennis the Menace type.
All right. I do have the page brought up. I just want us to like raw dog it first before we try to figure out what's going on here.
Okay.
So I
don't want to hear you say raw dog anymore.
We're raw dogging them.
You're banned from using that term.
So do all the. Okay, what are the bombs? Wait, they're dropping the bombs?
The guy in the green, the pink suit is dropping bombs.
Wait, all the people hurt you?
Yeah, they all.
What the fuck is
It's like
this?
The shittiest place in the world. Oh, and I. Okay.
Wow, it's like Cleveland.
Yeah. It's Detroit. Okay.
Oh, now you're Hyde?
Now I'm Hyde.
What? Did you just die?
I guess. Okay, so that was us, quote unquote, raw dogging it.
Raw dogging it. All right, hold on. All right. The story of the game is based on Robert Louis Stevenson's novel. We know that. As Dr. Jekyll walks to the church with his cane in hand, Several townspeople, animals, and other obstacles obstruct his path, causing him to become angry. After his stress meter fills up, is it the one on the bottom, I guess? Dr. Jekyll will transform into Hyde. The gameplay then moves to a demonic world where Hyde will fire out a psycho wave at various monsters. The psycho wave is, in fact, proudly displayed on the game's cover as Mr. Hyde kills these monsters. His anger abates, and he eventually transforms back into Dr. Jekyll. The game features 6 levels, but the levels differ between the Japanese and American versions. The Japanese versions... Okay, no, there's different orders. Okay. Okay. So you're just trying to get to church?
What the fuck is it? I feel like the metaphor is a little bit lost when it's not like... The other denizens aren't just like innocent people. They're actually trying to kill you. Like, these people are actively throwing bombs at you and throwing shit. And I don't even know how he died. What?
Okay, so you carry your life over. So, like, whenever your stress meter goes up, you turn into Hyde, right?
Okay.
But your life, your life is still the same. So, like, you're turning into Hyde, but then you're still dying.
Okay, so you have 2 lives essentially with each playthrough. One is Dr. Jekyll and one is Mr. Hyde. What is he a doctor of?
Let me bring up the novel. Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. It's a long wiki article. It's just a pause and silence as I try to comprehend the Wikipedia.
Yeah, just try to scour it. If you could get it by tomorrow, that would be nice. Like, he is a doctor. What does he do? Does he heal people? Or?
I was trying to figure it out. Well, okay, hold on. Maybe we can just look up Dr. Jekyll. Because there's literally like a plot synopsis of the entire book, and it was like the first paragraph of the plot was like Gabriel John Utterson, a reserved and morally upright lawyer, and I was like, well, this isn't the guy. I just want to know about Dr. Jekyll.
Yeah, I want to know about the demonic freak.
Okay, here we go. Dr. Henry Jekyll and his alter ego, Mr. Edward Hyde, why does he have a different name, are the central characters of the novel. Okay.
Yeah.
Living in Soho in the West End of London, where Terry lives, Jekyll is a kind and respected English doctor struggling with reserved evil urges. As a potential solution, he develops a serum that he believes will effectively compartmentalize his dark side. Instead, Jekyll transforms into Edward Hyde, the physical and mental manifestation of his evil personality. This process happens more regularly until Jekyll becomes unable to control when the transformation occurs. So it is, in fact, the Nutty Professor.
Gotcha.
Eddie Murphy's career is a lie?
What do you mean? No, it's just a retelling of a classic. There's so many.
Everybody cancel Eddie Murphy. I'm calling it right now.
Okay.
Here's his address. I'll put it on screen.
Dude. We're doxing him?
You ruined my bit.
Yeah.
You made me crack. I was gonna send an angry mom after Eddie Murphy.
Damn it.
For figuring out that the Nutty Professor was just a ripoff of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Okay, hold on, wait. Did you make it to the end of the stage?
Yeah, level 1 complete.
What a game. What a game. This is a game that I picked because I think it's pretty notorious. I mean, obviously, so I think so much on the internet of this game is notorious because of one man in particular that is the angry video game nerd. Maybe you've heard of him, Spencer. But this is like
I've heard him. He does this one.
Yeah, he did it really early in his videos. So like whenever he was still popular and like blowing up,
Is he not blowing up anymore?
Well, he's like an old man and just kind of feels like he's going through the motions when he does these now. But like you can't blame the guy. He basically created this that style of thing, right?
Okay.
That, like, style of internet.
When can we
like,
hit
content.
that? I want to hit the point where we're like, people are like, man, they sold out. They're just going through the motions. I want to hit that.
Yeah, and we're just making a ton of money.
Yeah. It's like we just make the content so we get a paycheck.
Hey, welcome to Quest for the Worst. Today we're playing Yo Noid.
Guess what? It sucks. Pay me.
Yeah, it sucks. Yeah. Can't believe somebody made a game for this guy. Yeah. It's not very good. Show the clip. Roll the footage. I never say that, so by that point I'm just like, roll the footage.
Yeah, now you'll queue up when the footage comes in by just saying roll the footage.
Roll the footage.
Boy, this game's graphics are not good. Roll the footage.
Yeah. So this is like so I feel like a lot of people know this game because of that video, and obviously, if you watch the video, I think he goes into detail about like why the game's shit and stuff. But like, outside of that, I don't think this game's gotten much attention recently. So I thought it'd be a fun one to pick because not only can we ride on the coattails of a man from 2007, but we can also, I don't know, explore it, see what's going on in this game, see if it's as bad as he originally, made out in his video and stuff. So, yeah, Dr. Jekyll, what do you know about Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, Spencer?
I know that it's a tale as old as time. That's about it.
Wow, he's in the YouTube article. That's how notable his episode is.
Oh. In the Wikipedia article?
The episode was made in 2004.
Okay.
And then was released to YouTube in 2006 because YouTube didn't exist until
So
2006.
did he make things on a different thing and then
James Rolfe was making movies since he was a kid, but he made the angry, at the time he called it like the angry Nintendo nerd, as a comedy bit for his friends.
Okay.
And he just filmed himself yelling about old video games. So then when YouTube came around, he was like, well, I should probably share this. So then, the story goes from there.
Gotcha. Okay.
Kind of neat, actually.
Yeah, that's cool.
I like that. Now there's a very toxic subculture of humans that roam the earth.
Yeah. Thanks, James.
And we're part of it.
Yeah.
We're here.
Yeah. Appreciate it, James.
So yeah, 20 over 20 years later, we're back. Right on his success.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've never read the book. I know, like, obviously the story is one of those stories that's like you just even if you don't read the book, you know the basics of the story,
Yeah.
because it's like it's referenced in all of media, and we kind of mentioned that it's like a ton of things adapt that storytelling. So strange to have a NES game based on it, because the book is from 1886.
Mm-hmm.
And the game came out in 1988. So 102 years apart. They were like, yeah, we should make a game out of it.
Well, but this game is, I mean, they made movies about this in between.
Yeah,
there's been movies, so maybe it's, I don't know. Was there a movie around this time or something?
I'm looking on the wiki. I'm pretty sure it would tell me if this was based on like a movie adaptation. If it was like a movie adaptation.
Yeah.
Or something. But no, it's not. It's just an adaptation of that book.
Okay. Yeah, that's weird. I guess back then it wasn't very clear that like movies had to tie into the game, or maybe they're just like maybe kids are reading this in school or something, and they would relate to it, or maybe I don't know.
Can I propose something else?
No.
All right, moving on.
Go ahead. What do you got? What do you think?
So here's my proposal. At this time on the NES, another franchise that took place in Europe with monsters on the NES was popular. It was called Castlevania.
Okay.
Do you think this is a response to Castlevania?
It could be,
they looked at that's based on like because like that's based on fucking Dracula and stuff.
Right.
So that's based on like literary figures,
like a horror story of Dracula. And they're like, well, they have Dracula. We could have Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. And could you imagine like an alternate universe where this was like this was
Damn
Castlevania?
it! They took Dracula. We have to next best thing.
Yeah. Yeah, that I mean, could be. That you're not totally off the mark on that. Like,
yeah,
maybe they wanted this to blow up. Maybe like in an alternate universe, this is as big as
this is
Castlevania.
Castlevania.
And they're making
No, yeah, in an alternate universe, Konami made a successful platformer based on Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Then the Toho, Bandai, whoever the hell made this, made a shitty game based on Dracula, and now we have Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde in Smash.
Yeah. Wow, what a character!
That's the timeline I want to live in.
What a character Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde would be in Smash.
Yeah, if he takes too much, if his percentage goes up too high, he transforms.
Yeah,
into Dr. Hyde. Sorry, into Mr. Hyde.
Isn't Mr. Hyde technically a doctor just because Dr. Jekyll is a doctor? Like, what is that?
No, he loses a PhD whenever he becomes Mr. Hyde.
Damn, that sucks. I wouldn't.
They take it from him. Can't have it.
No, I worked so hard.
He works so hard. Fuck your Hyde. Fuck your PhD.
Yeah.
I don't need it. That's Mr. Hyde.
Yeah. Wow, that's a bummer.
Yeah. That can't be the level. It looks like he's taking a shit whenever he we'll squeeze one out.
Yeah.
On my way to church, I have to stop and squeeze one out.
Oh, birds
dude, those birds
pooping.
Literally.
That makes more sense of getting like irritated. Because the whole point is you're getting like irritated, right? So that makes sense.
Yeah.
Not people like trying to blow you up with explosives. That.
Yeah. What the fuck is wrong?
That is
I'd
like,
be mad too.
Yeah, that's more of like somebody committing a crime of murder.
This place is bullshit, man. I hate this place. Get me out of here. I think you're picking up the game though. You're doing better.
Oh yeah. I can also hit people with like a cane.
That's the attack animation.
Yeah, but it doesn't always work. It's weird.
It looks like he's playing a really awkward game of billiards. When he did that.
Sometimes it makes you jump.
I mean, it's like a direction.
I don't know.
Weird. I mean, the NES had 2 buttons.
Okay, there we go. Hold on.
Yeah.
Must just be some killing with the emulation. Anyway, here you go.
Okay.
You can hit people. I don't know. I guess there's bosses or something?
Yeah. Would the bosses be? That lawyer?
Mr. Goat. I don't know.
Mr. Goat.
Yeah. I'm assuming like
the famous villain of the novel.
Yeah,
the Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Mr. Goat.
Mr. Goat.
Mr. Goat. I see you've stolen his Sunday paper.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, at some point. Okay, what?
Oh,
at some point, he has to like confront
out.
something, right? Like he has to
stressed out. Dude. Okay, where's your psycho wave? You have a psycho wave.
It's cool. So it scrolls. Like I can, even if I'm not moving, it'll scroll forward.
It says you have a psycho wave. How do you use it?
I mean, there's only 2 buttons. There's jump and then this punch thing.
I'm just trying to go to the bathroom. Get out of my way. God damn it!
And then lightning strikes. Ready?
How many?
No, never mind. Okay.
No.
All right.
How many stories have stolen this? I mean, there's obviously the Nutty Professor. We keep bringing that up. Which, to be fair, the Eddie Murphy version was a remake of the original.
Mm-hmm.
There's the Incredible Hulk.
Yeah, that's basically Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. Yeah. What else?
Let's see if I can kill this guy. No. What's the point of the cane if you can't kill people? I should start asking people who need a cane.
Why do you have this shit? What does it do?
You haven't killed anybody with it. What are you even doing?
What about Frasier? You think Frasier copied this?
Frasier turns into a doctor.
He turns into a radio host when he goes to his job.
Well, isn't that just a reflection of society then? Don't we all do that?
Frasier.
We're all kind of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde when we go to work, right?
It's true. Or Mr. Hyde.
Damn, how's that for like philosophy? You're getting a little at with this quest for the worst.
Boy, honey, I hear the blues are calling. The salad isn't scrambled egg. Where's the Frasier game?
Think there ever was one?
Probably not. I don't know. There was that Home Improvement one.
True.
Maybe there's like an unofficial one. Somebody made like an unofficial Full House fighting game, which is so funny.
Fighting game? That's funny.
Yeah. Like imagine Uncle Jesse roundhouse kicking fucking Michelle in the face.
We've always wanted it.
Yeah, it's the plot we wanted. I couldn't tell you the plot of 5 episodes of Full House, except for the one where Michelle falls off the horse and loses her memory.
Oh fuck yeah, I remember that. That was like a big deal.
Because that was like the dumbest episode.
What do you? How could you say that?
About Full House?
She almost died.
The classic, the beloved show, Full House.
Dude, I grew up on that shit, and
I mean, me too.
I was broken up when I thought she was dead.
When Michelle fell off the horse.
Yeah.
You were like, Michelle, no!
Michelle, no!
You were screaming from your bedroom.
Yeah.
Michelle! the horse! Ever since Spencer hated horses.
Yeah.
Because Michelle from Full House fell off of one.
Yeah.
Lots of memories.
Y'all never seen Full House, and it shows. That's what I used to tell people when they want to go horseback.
I remember whenever Fuller House came out, and I was like, I'm not watching this. I don't think I've ever seen an episode of Fuller House.
I unfortunately watched the whole thing. It's not good.
Oh my god, no! Why?
My girlfriend wanted to watch it.
Oh, okay, that makes
That's
sense.
what Netflix is cornered as like the market of, like, well, we gotta watch this, I guess. Because
yeah, don't they have like a blind thing, like a blind fiance thing?
Oh yeah, I saw that whole thing.
Yeah. Like I haven't watched anything on Netflix.
But it has the best show on television, though. It does have the best show that's ever been made. I'll tell you what it's called. It's called Love on the Spectrum. You have to watch Love on the Spectrum.
I can already kind of whip out what that is.
Oh yeah, it doesn't hide it at all. It's incredible. It's an incredible show. And people say like you're not supposed to laugh at it because they're like autistic, but it is fun. Like they're funny people. It's great. Like they're very funny. They're like they have an innocence to them.
Yeah.
It's great. It's a fantastic show.
Okay.
Gets a huge recommendation from me.
Gets a Spencer seal of approval. Let's put that on Netflix.
Yeah. I think they're implementing something like that right now. Oh shit! Not a good start to.
Damn, dude, that takes out so much of your life.
Getting hit by a bomb like really pisses you off.
Getting hit by it's like a minor inconvenience.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was on the way to work and I got fucking blown up by a bomb.
So today's halfway over.
Monday, am I right?
Yeah. Yeah, there should be like a difficulty setting on this, and one's called like Monday mode, where you're already like half pissed off.
Yeah. God damn it. Gotta get up for work.
So
dude, that was me yesterday. I mean, yesterday was Friday, but I slept through my first alarm, and then my second, because I set like 3 alarms, and my second alarm went off, and I was just mad. You know what I mean? Because my day was already off. I usually wake up at that first alarm, so like I already lost like 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Of like Time to Wake Up, and I was like, fuck this.
Fuck this shit. Speaking of bummers.
All right. The story is based on Robert C. Lewis's novel. Dr. Jekyll's on his way to his forthcoming wedding with Miss Millicent. We didn't even see that. We knew he was trying to get to a church.
Yeah, I thought he was just going to attend church. I didn't know it was.
No, it turns out he's going to a wedding. Is he getting married?
So Miss Millicent?
I guess so. Yeah. What's her story?
This up. There had to have been some kind of movie or something.
You can't believe they just decided to do this. That's too out of the realm of possibility for Spencer. Like, there's no way.
There are over 123 film versions of this. This is wild.
I hope they count The Nutty Professor as one of those.
Okay, direct adaptations. In 1990, there was a musical and a play.
This is 88.
What's that?
This is 88.
Yeah, I'm trying to find. Good God. Yeah, this is all over the place. This is not helping me. Oh, hold on. Okay, 1986 in the USSR. There was a version of it.
That's not what this is based on.
In 1981, there was a West Germany one. Either of those could be the reason for this game.
Give up, Spencer. It just is, okay? You have to accept it.
The USSR was a big deal. Okay?
I know, there's a whole Beatles song about it.
There's a lot of, we were into that culture at the time, so I'm sure that influenced the making of this game. I think there's no doubt about it.
This game was made in Japan, but okay, well, I guess before I get to the reception, Spencer, you're the one that was supposed to play. I haven't ever played this. I watched you play it. Give me a little rundown on how it feels to not chew 5 gum, but play Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
The controls are not great. It's not like Mega Man or Mario responsive. It's very there's no sense of weight to it. It's more just input right. It takes grid step right. It's not the worst game I've ever played, like feeling wise. The jumping is not good, but you get pretty good height off of it. So there is that. There's the use of a cane. And I'm speaking specifically as the Dr. Jekyll character, that I never figured out where it came into play. I'm sure you could have used it, but I was too scared to ever use it. But it existed. Yeah, I don't know. As an overall playability, just looking at it from a bird's eye view, it would not be very good.
Yeah, it looked like a mess. It was. And whenever you first booted it up and I was watching, I could read nothing on screen. You know what I mean? There was just so much happening.
There's a lot. There's a lot going on. It's kind of hard to tell what would trigger him, because that's really what the game is about, is being triggered.
It's an interesting concept, but I think the first failings of a game like this is and you should be able to see this from the game's development. I mean, if you're making the game, is whenever you start playing and you have to stop and decipher what exactly is even going on for a minute before you get it. That's the failings of a game. And I think games like this get created because of a lack of testing. And whenever you're creating a game, you're kind of live in that narrow space where how the game is supposed to be played, what your intentions are. So whenever you start testing it, you're already thinking that,
Mm-hmm.
and you don't have that like outsider perspective. And I think that's where a lot of these games got created, right? It was like somebody making the game and going, "Oh, yeah, it's great. Oh, yeah, that's going real well. I know what to do. I know how to." The dog. Okay, gotta wait for the dog, of course. You know, but but then somebody else plays it and they're like, "What the fuck?"
Well, and we should be clear here that the concept is, as Dr. Jekyll, you have two different bars. You have your health bar, and then you have essentially a sanity meter. And things will affect either your health or your sanity, or both. Usually your sanity seems to be affected more. And as soon as the sanity bar reaches 0, you turn into Mr. Hyde. The level completely changes. You're in like what they call it, like a demonic state or something. And essentially all you're doing is punching things to death when they're trying to kill you. And then your remaining health is your health as Mr. Hyde. So yeah, like you have to look at levels from a perspective of, I need to both conserve health and retain my sanity.
Which isn't a bad concept. I think that's an inherently neat concept. I don't know how many games up to this point had a sanity meter.
Well, and they do it now.
That's cool.
Games,
now they do.
They've done it so in some ways, and I like to be. I like to when we do this. I like to look at games as fairly as possible. I try not to come in.
This is gonna be one of Spencer's famous quotes here,
accusatory or anything. But all I'm saying is, this game invented that, as far as we can tell, a sanity meter that has influenced games going forward. So I do want to give it some credit in that range, that it was forward thinking in certain ways.
Can you make an official statement, like one I could clip out and put on the box?
Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde was an incredibly forward-thinking game that inspired many games of today that are considered very good. There you go.
Yeah, of course. I don't know how much that's true. I'm pretty sure there's games like the Oregon Trail and stuff where you probably get affected by something like that, right? Anything like that. That sort of.
Yeah, but
like,
there's
I don't
no
think
meter.
Yeah, there probably is a meter. It's just not like on screen. It's probably is something like a number.
No, I think Oregon Trail was more like Dungeons and Dragons. It was more like it did rolls behind the scenes.
Did it?
I would guess. I could be wrong, but that's what I think is. They're not like meters. They're just like you go to the next thing, and then what happens? They roll a die, and then you have dysentery.
Okay, I didn't know about like a lot of those old text adventures. I don't know if there is one that maybe does that. There could be something that has a mechanic.
There could be, but nobody's talking about them. They're all talking about
Dr. Jekyll
and Mr. Hyde.
They're all talking about Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, and they won't shut up. And I wish they would leave my front yard because I hear them all night and all day. And I can't close my windows.
I didn't know
my windows don't. My windows won't close, so I just hear them all the time, and they won't stop, and I don't like it.
I didn't know they were invading your space.
Yes, it is terrible. It is the life I live. It's what I have to deal with every single day of my life.
Yeah.
And I want to kill myself. It's great.
Holy shit! Wow, that escalated.
Just like Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. Let's escalate over to the reception here. While the initial reviews upon the release were mixed, reception became more negative as the years progressed, with reviewers citing bad graphics, confusing gameplay, and poor use of the character and setting.
Did you think the graphics were bad? I don't know. I didn't really think the graphics were that bad.
They look like Castlevania 2. Yeah. Which calm down, everyone. I don't think Castlevania 2 is a good game either. That game's kind of crap. But like, it looks fine. You know what I mean?
It looks like a game of the era. It looks like
like it looked like I could tell I was in like a European, town, and I was, you were walking around. I could tell that like the kids were kids and guys in top hats were guys in top hats, and dog was a dog, and like it looks good. It for a game from 1988, it looked good. Looked fine.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
The only thing is like the bird was shitting out straight up like full poop emojis and not like actual like bird shit. But yeah, can't be that specific, right? So here are the scores. All Game gave it a 1.5 stars. Famitsu is a 19 out of 40. That's concerning. Game Informer gave it a 5 out of 100. That's low.
Game Informer was around?
No, it's probably like like an after the fact thing.
Okay. Well, fuck them.
Let me just click on Game Informer. Yeah, Game Informer was 91 because
that's them doing like a
fun fact about the history of Game Informer. Game Informer, I know it's all associated with GameStop, but did you know GameStop was actually once, before it was EB Games and stuff, it was actually tied to Funko Land. Remember Funko Land?
Yeah, I remember Funko Land.
And they published Game Informer before GameStop.
There you go.
So yeah, it was all tied back to Funko Land. So no, they weren't around yet.
And it was just them being catty. That's not a real review.
Yeah. Some other a German magazine, which I'm not even gonna try to pronounce. It's AKTUELLER software marked Octuler. Octuler software mark. Yeah. Gave it a 30 out of 50. That seems a little high.
Well, see, they just had a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. They were fans of. They're fans of that.
In the German market, we love Dr. Jekyll.
See, and somehow what Alex just did was not racist. I want to point that out.
Racist. It wasn't.
The Alex
because I was like,
if Alex did,
because it was like slightly Swedish too.
But if Alex was mimicking a black person, that would be racist. I want you to think about that.
Yeah, but like, what if the black person was in Germany?
Oh, they don't let them in.
Okay. Okay. just Games Retro, which I think is some newer thing. They gave it like a 1 star.
Yeah.
This is a site for us.
Just Games Retro.
Yeah.
So they don't count either. They don't count.
And this one is highly questionable, Spencer. This website is called. Are you ready? Are you sitting down? This is Questicle.net. 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 I don't know what that is, and I'm afraid to type it into my search bar. They gave it a B-.
Questicle.net. The Quest to review every NES game. I pulled them up here.
Okay, so they're an after the fact thing, huh?
Yeah.
Questicle.
List of NES games.
That's your name? Look, we have Quest in our name too. Well, the show's name, not we're the button mappers, but Questicle sounds like testicle.
Yeah, I got it here. Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Yeah, they gave it a B-. B- isn't actually that bad of a score, I would think.
Yeah, and okay, so the Game Informer one was from 2004. They said it was flawed on every fundamental level. Dr. Jekyll Mr. Hyde is possibly the most unplayable garbage available on NES. And in
I don't know if that's true.
Yeah, I don't know if that's true either, but I mean, because like you were able to eventually decipher it.
Yeah, I got
it was like it was like you found like an old cave painting or something. You were able to figure it out. And in 2018, Eurogamer placed the game as number 8 on their top 10 worst games of the 80s. Okay, that seems fair. The writers
worst games of the 80s?
Of the 80s, yeah.
Wasn't Atari at the end of the earlier part of the 80s?
Yeah, Spencer, you do this all the time, and I think you're ageist. You ageist man.
Wait, I'm ageist?
Just because a game's old doesn't mean
80s?
Yeah, it's because a game's old doesn't mean it's bad.
Okay, but Atari is notorious for destroying the video game industry for a while, for having such bad games.
with two bad games. E.T. and Pac-Man. Those two crashed the market single-handedly. So much so that they had to bury copies in the desert. But it was still just 2 games.
There weren't any other bad games on the Atari, is what you're saying.
I know there were, but whenever you talk about the game crash, those 2 games are single-handedly responsible. For the game crash.
I bet you I could find worse games on the Atari.
Probably could.
Not worse than those 2, but worse games than this.
You probably could. I'm just saying though. Yeah, we like it's not like a mountain of bad games caused the game crash. 2 high budget bad games caused the game crash.
Okay.
So
Interesting.
yeah, which I mean, I'm sure we'll get to those eventually. I know we'll probably play ET. We have that in our fucking intro.
It's in our back pocket.
Yeah, it's our back pocket.
I'm fucked.
What were you gonna say?
Well, I was gonna say in I think it was the UK. Wasn't there somebody that went on like a killing spree? It was this chick who shot some people and they arrested her. And then when they asked her like, why the fuck did you do all that? And she said, I hate Mondays. Isn't that the greatest thing?
Yeah. I hate Mondays, John.
Turns out she was Garfield.
Garfield. John, you fucking cuck. This game's awful.
My cat keeps calling me a cuck.
My cat keeps calling me a fucking cuck.
My cat fucked my girlfriend.
Oh, he fucked Liz.
Oh, is that John's girlfriend? He had like a cannon.
Yeah, the nurse lady, right?
I don't know. I didn't.
Like vet. Why'd you hit start? You didn't continue. We're starting all over again.
Oh, whatever.
We're trying to beat this, Spencer. I like the kid. He's like, yeah, fuck you. Maybe. Okay, maybe I'm reading too much into this, but maybe they're trying to stop Mr. Jekyll because they know of his crimes against God with his creations.
Okay, theory crafting. I like that. Okay.
Yeah, and he said we're heading to a church, right?
Yeah.
So they're like, you can't step foot
in this place of worship.
Yes, in this holy place. Which I mean, I'm on their side. Then he shouldn't be anywhere near church.
Okay, but let me take this one step further. The kids don't seem to like him, and he's heading towards a church.
Well,
maybe he's like Priest Jekyll.
Ooh.
Maybe there's like a darker undertone here.
Brother Jekyll.
Brother Jekyll.
Yeah.
Get away from that church, Brother Jekyll! And he's like, no, he can't stop me. Unless you blow me up with an explosion.
No, I compartmentalized it. That's Hyde, not me. I don't do that.
Oh, okay. Well, as long as Hyde doesn't come out, you're okay in our book, I guess.
Yeah, then he gets into a room alone with a bunch of kids, and he's like, blah, blah. He starts transforming.
I'm good.
Oh no, I can't control it.
I can't control my pants. They're coming off.
That reminds me of. Have you ever watched Nathan For You?
Yes, I've mostly clips, but yeah.
There's the episode. Have you seen the episode? Or I guess clip from the episode where he's tied himself up to that machine that's gonna It's like he has to escape. It's like an escape thing. Like he wants to be an escape artist.
Yeah.
But the machine, he's trapped, but also the machine is going to unzip his pants and pull them down in front of a bunch of kids if he doesn't get out in time, because those are the stakes.
No, that's funny though.
It's so fucking good. Yeah, he built a contraption that will slowly unzip his pants and then pull them down, and there's like an audience of kids watching him do this stuff. And it's because so you know, in like his like dry humor, he's like, and if I don't get out, I will be labeled a sex offender.
I love that shit though. That show's very funny.
That show's awesome. I'm sad it only lasted like 4 seasons, I think. He's off doing other stuff now though.
That reminds me of a skit on Saturday Night Live like forever ago. It had The Rock in it, and there was like a convention for supervillains. They're competing to make the most evil creation of all time, and like the first one had an ice ray, and the second one had a shrink ray or something. And then The Rock came out and he said he invented a robot that rapes children. And then they're all just like disgusted.
It's the most evil creation, right?
Yeah. Like I thought we were trying to make the most evil creation.
That's funny.
Oh, the dog didn't attack me.
What the?
Right.
The dog makes sense. What's the deal with that cat?
Sometimes the cats go crazy, not always.
Oh,
like
okay.
now it's going crazy.
Just like a real cat, you know.
Right. Unpredictable.
Cats are unpredictable. Dogs you can basically predict. You know. Like a dog, you can look at a dog and kind of just tell what's going on, you know. The cat doesn't give a fuck about you.
Yeah. And that's why we love them.
And that's why they were our friends. That's why we want to have them in our homes.
This cat's pissing me off. Oh, I almost made it to the end. I hope nothing pisses me off.
I hope I don't get mad.
I hope I don't get angry.
I hope nothing pisses me off.
Don't piss me off, cat.
Fuck off. There's a Garfield game on NES. I wonder if it's bad. It's like a Japan only NES game. Dude, it has like an awesome name. It's like the week of Monday or something. It's like something stupid, like some awful translated name, you know?
Yeah. Is Garfield like a Japanese thing? Like, do they have?
No, Garfield was. I mean, I'm sure they have Garfield, but I mean, Garfield was created here.
Right, like that's so weird that there'd be like a game.
Right, it was like something Davis, right? The guy that created
Jim Davis, yeah.
Jim Davis, yeah. So it's like,
no, I think that was the end of the level.
You were right there. You're right. Oh fuck, dude, you're right there at church.
Yeah, I was at church about to do whatever Dr. Jekyll does at church.
Well, see, hold on, theory crafting. See, we think Jekyll's the good guy and Hyde's the bad guy, but if you notice, Hyde is going the opposite way of church.
Yeah.
I think Hyde is really the good one trying to get Jekyll away from his sins, right?
Yeah.
And all the monsters trying to stop Hyde that's Satan pushing him back.
Okay. Yeah, that makes
sense.
I
think we really got it all wrong here.
So Mr. Hyde's the good guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a more metaphor.
Do you think what other? I'm trying to think of like what else stole this idea. Breaking Bad? No.
I mean,
no, that's different. It'd be funny though. If Walter White's like, I'm turning into Heisenberg. I can't control it.
Yeah.
Jesse, we have to cook.
Yeah, he occasionally turns into Heisenberg and has to cook meth. That's the plot of Breaking Bad.
And murder people, yeah. I did it for my family! Quite literally, man.
Break glass and use an emergency.
Yeah, we have it, like, it's going to be like, we have to savor those, you know? It's going to be like the 50th episode special or something. We'll break out E.T.
Yeah.
100th episode.
Yeah.
Superman 64, you know?
Yeah. You've been clamoring.
2018, Eurogamer placed it, yeah, blah, blah, blah. The writers explained nothing as explained to the player, and that some characters harm the player, but some do not.
See,
I get a frustrating and confusing experience.
I get nervous when I hear people's opinions like in 2018 of games that were released in like the late 80s. Because
you can't do this, Spencer. We're doing it too.
No. I think we're doing the opposite. See, the point of this, to me, is these games have been labeled as terrible. Are they really that bad?
That's true. Yeah, we're seeing what's up.
Yeah,
we're seeing what's up.
Like I'm playing these with just like the blinders are on. I don't listen to what other people say. This is what people have said are the worst games ever. So I'm playing them. We played The Simpsons Wrestling because we heard it was really bad. We gave it a fair shot. You have footage of us playing it. We're trying it out. It was it was bad. But like think about like Batman Forever. I don't think it was that bad. Like people said it was bad, and we gave it a fair shot. And look, it wasn't great, but it wasn't terrible.
It was like a 4. It was like a 4.
Yeah, it was just like not a great game. Whatever.
Yeah.
So we're playing this with some fresh eyes, and I'm trying to look at it objectively. So when I hear people like from 2018 that have a magazine where they're like, "Here's the worst game of all time, Dr. Jekyll and Mr." It's like, okay, but at this point, like that, you said that the Angry Video Game Nerd had released a video that was like viral about this game, that it was bad.
2006. Yeah, 2006.
Like,
he put that on YouTube.
Okay, so are we just agreeing with that because it was popular? Like, is that what people are saying? I want to hear people from the time that it released, when games weren't a million times better, that like this is what they had to deal with. It was this and Mario. Yeah. Okay, so like let me hear their opinion on it, and we can because that's really more.
And I'm sure this isn't the last time we'll have crossover with Mr. James Rolfe, because he's done a lot of episodes of that series,
Okay.
So then, and I'm sure we'll agree with him on some, and we might disagree on others, But you also have to remember when it comes to, I'm talking to the audience, not you. When it comes to like the Angry Video Game Nerd, that he's creating a show that is meant to entertain people. It's not really like an actual like game review show, right? It's a character getting mad over a video game. That's the joke.
Angry is in the title.
Exactly. So to take his word as gospel, you have to remember that sometimes whenever you're creating content like that, you got to play it up.
Yeah, exactly.
So and we're not playing it, we're just going in and taking a look and seeing what's actually happening here.
To quote a word that you said, we are raw dogging it.
We are raw dogging. We are raw dogs. We are the raw dogs. I thought about naming the channel that recently.
Yeah, we discussed that. I explained why we can't do that. So
I was like the button mappers. That name is we've been using it since like 2019. I think we should drop it and become the raw dogs.
Something fresh. And I talked you down.
And Spencer gave me a hard no.
And you pushed on it. You pushed very hard. You campaigned.
As well as a raw dogger, I have to.
You should. I respect you for that. You got gumption, kid. You got gumption, but
I was trying to show you why the name should be the Raw Dogs.
Yeah. He did a presentation that I didn't appreciate. I'll say that much.
I think the funniest thing from this whole column here on the Wikipedia article that I haven't gotten to yet was the fact that it didn't say what year, but IGN, our friends over at IGN, ranked the cover art the third scariest cover art in gaming.
And you know what? It's a horror game. So there you go. That's a compliment. Good.
I know. I just love the fact of like some like 40-year-old man in IGN like writing that, and it was like the third scariest cover art in gaming.
Yeah.
And he's like Googling cover arts, and he's like, ah!
Yeah.
At the cover of Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got like a recorder thing, and it counts the decibel of how high his scream is. And that one was the third highest.
It was in the red. Yeah, like he peaked. No. Peaked would have been number one. It was like in the orange. Okay, he didn't peak it yet. He was like, it was close. It was close. It was like it was a little too high for comfort.
What was number one? Do you think? If you had to guess.
I don't know. We looked at bad box art before.
It was probably what was one of that puzzle game with the guy screaming on the cover?
That was scary. It was like one of the Busta moves, right?
Busta move, yeah. That is one of those.
Yeah, that was terrifying. The only one that I can remember from that episode, that one was good, but I remember the drugged up cat.
Yeah.
That
looked like he made some bad choices.
That one was my favorite.
That was a good one.
All right, are you ready to rank this, Spencer?
Well, can we just talk about some of the aspects here real quick? Is that
what do you want to talk about?
I mean, it is a side-scrolling platformer.
Is it really a platformer?
I guess not really, because you can't like fall. At least
it's a
what we
side-scrolling walking game.
It's a walking
It's kinda
simulator
walk.
with hazards, I guess.
Yeah, there you go.
A very, very hazardous walking simulator. It's just Death Stranding. It's Death Stranding before Death Stranding was.
Oh my god, Kojima's a hack.
Yeah. Kojima and Eddie Murphy are hacks. We've learned some important things.
Yeah, yeah. After this episode comes out, Eddie Murphy and Kojima are in trouble.
We're coming for you, boys. So yeah, they're in big time trouble. But I do think, like you said, you can figure this game out. And it has a continue option, so you can start off at the level that you died at.
That was nice. Yeah.
Kind of forward thinking for the time as well, considering a lot of these
Yeah.
games were like life based.
Yeah. Kind of, innovative. Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde could be one of the most innovative games of all time.
And see, I can clip you now.
It could be.
See, I'm just gonna leave it at that, and I'm not gonna let you try to change it.
But yeah, no, but that's where I get you. I say it could be.
Oh, sneaky.
You know. Okay, you see, you got a coin,
Yeah.
but why?
Hyde, it's called Hyde coins.
Oh, okay.
You gotta spend your
Is there a
Hyde. There's an upgrade tree.
It's a Hyde shop.
Yeah. He's got, what do you trade for your Hyde coins?
Get your Hyde upgrades here.
Hyde coins for trade.
You look like Mr. Hyde. We have a very specific market.
Yeah.
It's specifically you.
It's specifically Mr. Hyde. Welcome to Hides Only, where we only sell the hides.
I'm going bankrupt. This was a bad business venture.
Wow.
Damn, dude, you got shit on,
you know what
blowed
I'm doing?
up, and now you're turning into Mr. Hyde.
I'm trying to give the people a lot of footage of this. This is
well, yeah, you don't get to do this. You don't do this very much either. Yeah, you don't get to do it very, very long. Is that all you can do is punch?
Punch and jump, and the jumping is not.
There has to be another thing. There has to be another thing.
Maybe you collect the coins, and then you could do the hide wave.
Yeah, that's like the Hyde wave. Think of Hyde from that '70s show.
Yeah. Well. Oh boy.
Okay, let's not talk about him. Get him off the screen.
Oh my God, he is Mr. Hyde. But who's the Dr. Jekyll
Eric,
and his
Eric,
wife?
Eric,
Eric Foreman?
Yeah, Eric Foreman is Mr. Jekyll. And Red is the lawyer.
He's gonna.
And every time Red puts his foot up Eric's ass, he becomes Mr. Hyde.
You remember Red kept saying that? I'm gonna put my foot up your ass.
Man, that's another show that got ruined by one of those, like reboot things. Like not reboot, like continuation.
You just gotta separate it.
It's not awful. Like I watched I think 4 or 5 episodes of that '90s show, and it wasn't like the worst thing I've ever seen, but it was also like not good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it wasn't good. It was bad. They're all bad. They're all just terrible.
It was mediocre. I don't think I would call it bad per se. It was just like
but
nothing.
When you're referencing the material that is really good, it becomes a huge problem. Because if it was like a mediocre remake or reboot of a mediocre show, you'd be like, it's on par. But then when, like, if you're gonna do a reboot of, that '70s show or a show that was like heralded, whatever the word is,
heralded,
that was Herald. Yeah, it becomes a problem. And I always find that annoying when people are like, you can't compare it to the original. I'm like, well, it's got the same name and it's got the same actors in it. So that's 100% what I'm going to do.
The problem with that '90s show was, I think that '70s show was... Yeah, look, guys, this is the problem with that '90s show. That's... Okay, but like, hear me out. That '70s show, yes, pulls a lot from, like, '70s culture and stuff, but it's never just about... like the '70s, right? Like there's stuff from the '70s, and that's what makes it cool. I think it's an interesting time period to set like a sitcom in.
Yeah,
But like, I don't think it was made for people that grew up in the 70s. I think it was made for young adults that were watching it then. But that 90s show has the opposite problem. That 90s show is made for the young adults that watch that 70s show, and it's pandering on 90s nostalgia.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really understand why that 70s show was cool and why it utilized the 70s in the first place.
Yeah, I feel like that 70s show is just taking place in the 70s to be like a different setting. And maybe a reason that people did things a little bit differently.
And it works, and they have fun they have fun references and jokes and stuff, and
because otherwise it's just a sitcom. Like that's all.
Yeah.
Just happens to take place in the 70s. So you're like, oh, this is different. Cool.
But then you start watching that 90s show, and it's whenever it's like, guys, remember Tamagotchi?
Yeah. Like I'm trying to forget
it. I think what they wanted for people to be like, I remember Tom. Yeah,
Yeah.
They wrote the show around that instead of writing the show around like good characters and stories.
Yeah.
Oh, do I hear the blues are calling? How many Frasier references can I make?
I'm doing pretty good on this run. Maybe this will be the last one. We'll see if I can.
Spencer's Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde run. The speed run.
Speed Hyde.
Speed Hyde. The cat's like, that cat looks like he's gonna come steal your wallet. I'm like, oh, that's like, it looks like what he's up to when he comes up behind you like that.
The cat looks like it's gonna steal my girl.
Yeah.
Fucking dog is impossible to dodge.
Fucking dog. It's Purple Man. Why does he even drop bombs on there? They can't hit you down there.
I don't know. Maybe there's like a cheat way to get down there.
Is there like another plane? You like jump and go down?
Plane of existence.
Yeah, this is like another plane. Can we get out of here? Is there somewhere to escape to?
Dang, you can like wait out the dog.
Okay. Oh, dude, and that's what's been getting you most.
Yeah.
Okay, I think you need to restart the stage if you die. I think because like you figured out the dog.
Oh. No.
Yeah.
Oh, did you see? Wait, no, I dodged all that.
Yeah, but it's still stressful.
It's still stressful to dodge it.
Yeah, what the fuck is that? Imagine in real life if somebody was flinging a bunch of dirt at you and you had to dodge. Yeah, you'd be stressed out, right?
That's true.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what we like on this show, realism.
Here at Quest for the Worst, we want realism.
Yeah. We do want realism. We want realism.
So you're requiring one more playthrough?
We want realism, and we want a guest appearance from Kelsey Grammer.
Ooh, that would be delightful.
AKA Frasier himself.
He was on my favorite show, 30 Rock.
A
little stint on there.
Wait, 30 Rock?
Yeah.
Oh, never mind. You're talking about the SNL show, right?
Yeah, I guess you could call it that.
Well, that's what I always saw it as, right? It's basically SNL.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. I thought you said 30 Rock. I get, because the names are so common, Third Rock from the Sun.
Gotcha.
And 30 Rock mixed up all the damn time. And I'm like, no, that's the other guy. That's John Lithgow. They do look kind of similar.
They do, yeah. They're not totally off.
Kelsey Grammer and John Lithgow.
Probably have similar political views.
Yeah.
Okay, this is all glitched out. I have no idea why I'm getting hit by some of this shit.
Who do you think would win in a fight, Kelsey Grammer or John Lithgow?
See, that's the thing. What everybody's trying to ask. I'm not sure. That I would say Kelsey Grammer just seems more put together. So I'm gonna say Kelsey.
I'm going John Lithgow. Not only is he a great established actor of theater, but also he's kind of terrifying if you watch the Dexter.
Mm.
If you played the Trinity Killer, and he's like the scariest character in that whole show.
Okay.
So, yeah, I'm going John Lithgow. Let us know in the comments.
Yeah, that's an important thing for
Who won the fight? Kelsey Grammer and John Lithgow.
the viewers at home. Should really chime in on this and get their voices heard.
I don't want to see any other. I don't want to see comments saying "good episode." I don't want to see comments talking about the game. I only want to see comments about this one topic. And if you comment anything else about the game, about the episode itself, I will delete it. So I'm filtering out. I only want comments about Kelsey Grammer versus John Lithgow in a boxing ring.
So I think there's good here. Is this a good game? No, but okay, I'm ready to review it if you want to.
Yeah, Dr. Jekyll is like Donald Trump, and Mr. Hyde is Elon Musk. That's all we're saying.
That's all we're saying.
Yeah, leaving that analogy there.
Yeah, just leave it and let it fester a little bit.
just a political analogy with no basis.
Yeah.
Make the internet piss.
Donald Trump is Mr. Hyde. All right, let's rank this game. I've got the Excel up. We got number one, worst game of all time is The Simpsons Wrestling. Number two is...
Okay. Our list is growing now, so I think the way we should approach this from now on, because this is going to be like what 5, so we have a full list, right? After this one, I think what we should do is we should go down from the first to the last and ask each other, do we think it's worse than this one? So I guess starting with The Simpsons Wrestling.
Okay. It's not as bad as The Simpsons Wrestling.
No,
definitely
no.
not.
I agree with that.
The Simpsons Wrestling holds a special place for being both disgusting and terrible.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was not an easy game to sit through.
Now, Mortal Kombat is a game that tried but failed on all fronts. I actually think Mortal Kombat is worse than this game. What do you think?
Yeah, on all fronts, yeah, but it's also what Mortal Kombat's trying to do, I think, is easier to decipher than what Dr. Jekyll Mr. Hyde is trying to do.
Okay.
Like, the readability of Mortal Kombat is pretty easy to pick up when you start playing it.
Mm-hmm.
So I do give it that, but I probably would still say it's worse overall.
Mortal Kombat's worse?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm in agreement there. Bubsy 3D. Now, see that? Some of these are almost like clippable, where you're like determining who's worse, Bubsy 3D, or that's like a versus series on its own. Bubsy 3D or Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
Controversial opinion here. I think Bubsy 3D is better than Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
I agree with you.
Yes!
I agree. I think I actually have some respect for Bubsy 3D on a certain level. And while I actually also have it for this game, I don't have as much.
I feel like at the end of this series, we're gonna have a full list of like games, and the Bubsy 3D is gonna be like our favorite game. It seems like every episode we just have more things to say about.
Like good things to say about Bubsy.
Yeah.
We should write a book of that. Seems like a really good book title, where it's like good things about Bubsy.
Is it actually though, or do we just have some sort of weird Stockholm syndrome where we're like, we've been sitting with Bubsy 3D since the first episode?
It might be that. It's like the family member that you just have to love.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree.
It's that weird uncle that goes to jail, you know?
Yeah, and you're like, he's so lovable.
Yeah, and he gets out, and you're like, hey, you're good, right? And he's like, yeah. And then you end up helping him steal hubcaps again.
All right. Okay, so we're in agreement that Bubsy 3D was in the third spot. So third worst game of all time is Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bubsy gets bumped to 4th, and Batman Forever gets to 5th, right?
That's true.
That means we have, for the first time in Quest for the Worst history, we have a full roster of 5, because we're only keeping 5 up at a time here. That's the rule. We may keep a list just for inventory of like where like games were when they fell off the list, or something. But in terms of like what we present at the end of each episode, these are the 5 worst games we've played so far. And that means next episode, Batman Forever could potentially leave the show.
Wow.
Yeah, didn't stay long. If it happens.
Okay. That's exciting.
Yeah. So cool. So cool, Spencer.
Very neat.
Yeah. Very good. So next episode we will be seeing if that happens. We will also be talking about a certain game that I mentioned during Batman Forever. I think it prophesies its own death. Because we are going to be playing another Super Nintendo game next time. It will be Home Improvement for Super Nintendo with Mr. Tim Allen himself.
You also mentioned it in this episode.
Yeah. Did I?
Yeah.
God damn it. Why do I keep mentioning Home Improvement?
I don't know. Maybe you really want. You should watch it. Maybe you're secretly jonesing for it.
I haven't watched Home Improvement since I was a kid. I remember he had 3 sons, right?
Didn't they go like?
I remember he had the Wilson, right? The guy that on the other side of the fence. That, like,
Wilson! No, not that one.
Is that from?
That's Dennis the Menace, I think, or something.
Oh,
like
I thought you were. I thought you were doing the Flintstones. I thought you were doing Will.
Oh no. Oh, what is Wilson from? Anyway.
No, you're right. There is a Mr. Wilson in Dennis the Menace. He goes, he's Mr. Wilson.
No, I think I'm getting it from something else.
And Mr. Wilson's like, fucking kid, fucking bother me. Go smack him up.
Yeah, remember Mr. Wilson said fucking kid?
Fucking kid. Wilson.
Oh, Wilson.
Oh, that's Castaway,
yeah,
you dingus.
Castaway.
I just got it. I just connected the dots. And Forrest Gump was in that movie.
Forrest Gump was in that movie, yeah.
Yeah, I just think every movie with him is Forrest Gump.
Mm-hmm.
I just think it's a sequel to Forrest Gump. I'm like, man, Forrest Gump's like on the island this time. It's kind of crazy. What's going on with Forrest today?
Forrest Gump 2, Wilson.
Did you ever see the prequel to Forrest Gump where he got big?
No.
All right, in the episode, I'm sure I'm going to show some bullshit. Watch enjoy the rest of Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde.
See, look, those dogs, like that. This reminds me of like a Sonic game where it's like actually easier if you just go slow. Those dogs.
Please never say that to me again.
Yeah. Is Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde just Sonic?
Did Sonic 1 copy Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde?
Turns out, yes.
Who made this game?
Who fucking made this?
Oh, I still had the book brought up.
The book that's based off of this game.
Yeah. Advanced Communication Go, and then it was published by Toho in Japan and Bandai here. Toho published games? I didn't know that. That's interesting. So we could see a little appearance from Godzilla somewhere in here.
I'm counting on it. That'd be cool. Like Godzilla's almost like a Mr. Hyde of like American interference or whatever, American testing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Godzilla is basically like is a allegory for like Hiroshima, right?
Mm-hmm. There you go.
Apparently they didn't develop very many games. They just published this one.
They dipped their toes and didn't like
it. Yeah, they got the fuck out. They're like, okay, we're sticking to our movies.
Yeah. You know, Bomberman here.
Now, that's something I can get behind. Bomberman. Who would you cast in the Bomberman movie? If they did a live-action Bomberman movie in 2025, who's playing Bomberman?
No! No! I would cast...
Kelsey Grammer?
Joseph Gordon-Levitt
No.
as Bomberman.
Kelsey Grammer's a funny pick. Everybody's talking about him.
Yeah, everybody's talking about Kelsey Grammer.
Everyone's talking about Kelsey Grammer. From Cheers to Bomberman, let's talk about the career of Kelsey Grammer.
I would love it if I like I was in a coma. I mean, I just love being in a coma. I like the idea of being in a coma.
Yeah, me too. Especially right now. Get me out of here.
That would be ideal right now. But it would be great if I was like in a coma and I woke up one day. Like I was in a coma for like 20 years, right? And then I wake up just out of the blue, and I like turn to look, and there's like a newspaper next to my bed, and it for some reason, even though there's no more newspapers. It's
a cyber newspaper.
It's a cyber newspaper. Yeah, it's a tablet that happens to be open on the news. And it's like Kelsey Grammer stuns as Bomberman. I'd be like, whoa.
Yeah. And before you went into the coma, your favorite show was Cheers.
Yeah.
Let's say the coma was like 40 years. So your favorite show was Cheers. But you fell into the coma before Frasier happened.
Right.
So you never got to see him at his full potential. You only saw him as Frasier.
Yeah, I always wondered like what would he be like on his own?
Yeah, Frasier should have his own show. You always said that.
Yeah. Well, in this case, I would have woken up and not known what Bomberman was.
Yeah, that's true.
So it actually wouldn't have been that weird. I would just be like, oh, he has a new career and he's a Bomberman.
Yeah.
That's pretty
That sounds
neat.
weird. What is that, like a Batman type character?
Batman with bombs? I don't know what that is.
Batman with mom. I guess it depends on when you. I guess it maybe like at some point in the 80s, if that's whenever you. Because like Frasier wasn't until 90s, right? So I guess it'd be at some point in the 80s. Maybe you might have existed at a time where Bomberman first came out and then Cheers was on the air.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I'm watching Cheers.
What's the overlap?
I'm a huge fan of Cheers, and I go to like a Toys R Us to buy like a nephew or something a toy, and I walk past like the game section, not hoping to buy a game. I just happen to walk past it and say, "Bomberman, the hell is that?" And then now Bomberman is in my consciousness.
Okay, when did Cheers end? I guess that's the first question, right? Check it. Cheers ended in 1993. So yes, there's definitely overlap.
There you go.
Between the existence of Cheers and the creation of Bomberman, something happened. This is the absolute dumbest timeline to put together.
Yeah, but it needs to be figured out. Like, there's no doubt about that. Someone has to do it.
This is your last run. We gotta get to the episode.
Okay.
If you don't make it to church this time.
Yeah,
Sorry,
I'm making it to that church. I'm fucking those kids. That's
whoa.
That's Dr. Jekyll's imperative right now.
Oh, I thought that was Hyde.
No, Hyde is a good guy, remember?
Yeah, no, but he doesn't. But Jekyll wouldn't tell you that.
That's true. No, but this is an introspective journey.
You hear his thoughts.
Yeah. Gotta fuck those kids, gotta fuck those kids, gotta fuck those kids.
Yeah, like a little bit of an echo on it, you know?
Yeah.
Good. Why did you do that?
Because the cat was also acting a fool.
Because the cat was acting up.
Yeah.
And you know what they say, when the dog acts up, the cat acts up too.
Get away from me.
Meow?
Get her away from me, right? Meow.
Right, meow. Just digging a hole here. I'm the hole digger.
I'm no. Look, I'm doing. Look at my stats. I'm doing pretty good.
Get your holes here.
Get your holes here sounds like
digging them fresh. Fresh hole. That's a whole salesman.
6 feet for a quarter.
Kind of high in this gun. High price for a hole.
Okay, I'm basically at the end
when
here.
I feel like you're when I feel like you're almost there, that's when the level gets longer. It's like purgatory. Hold on. Hold on.
Hold on.
I see fence. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh
my God.
I did it.
Oh, what the? Well, it keeps going. Oh my god.
I thought we made it to the
Dude,
finish.
I hate this game. That was the biggest cut. That was a... Oh, okay. What? Did you go in there?
It's weird. Yeah, you can like go in. Oh. I guess going in there makes you crazy.
Enjoy your last turn as Hyde, because this is going to be it. Are you enjoying it?
Yeah.
Yeah? Oh, well.
All right.
Okay. Bye, Mr. Hyde. I'm Dr. Jekyll.
Bye.